Showtime shot this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. I am your host, as per usual, Showtime Shoots, and I am here to give you all my full show review of Clash in Italy. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Alrighty, with the first match on the night, we had Cody defend his undisputed championship against Gunther. Now, in my predictions video, I predicted that Gunther was going to win this match because we need a new face on SmackDown, and that new face is Gunther. But I was highly mistaken because, for one, he did not end up winning this match at all. It was Cody Rhodes by a false finish in a sense because Gunther's foot was below the rope, and that's not supposed to start the count for the match. So that match ended up with Cody picking up the win. I didn't like the finish of this match, but Cody Rhodes went on the post show and stated that if Gunther wants a rematch, he can get a rematch anytime, any place. I'm easy to find but hard to beat is what Cody Rhodes said on the post show. So now we're probably gonna set up Gunther versus Cody again, probably either at Night of Champions or this feud can extend to SummerSlam in my opinion, but we will see. Next match on the card, but before we even get to the next match on the card, overall, the Cody versus Gunther match from top to bottom was great. Clash in Italy in general was amazing. The crowd was amazing. Every single match was good to me. I didn't not enjoy any single match. So the matches were good, in my opinion. And the crowd was great. So let's move on to our next match. Our next match, we had... Who did we have this match? Oh, we had the Eradicator, Rhea Bloody Ripley, take on Jade Cargill for the Women's Championship. Now, this match, for sure, was a banger. They put on a classic. Michin and BFAB came out before the match ended and tried to screw over Rhea Ripley. Charlotte Flair came up to save the day. Jade Cargill was going for Jaded. Rhea Ripley ducked, hit her finisher, then wrapped it up for the night, and Rhea Ripley retained her title. Now, what does this mean for Rhea Ripley? Is the Jade Cargill feud done? I think so. It's 2-0 right now. I don't see why Jade would go 3-0 against 0-3 against Rhea Ripley, but I think, in my humble opinion, I think the Rhea and Jade feud is over, and now it is time to focus on a much more broader feud, like Jacy Jayne versus Rhea Ripley or Blake Monroe versus Rhea Ripley. She could face anybody on the main roster on SmackDown, but I want her to face those two women because that whole SummerSlam is looking to be a good show, in my opinion. But we need Rhea Ripley to be facing either Jacy Jayne or Blake Monroe to cultivate at SummerSlam and have a lovely, lovely match. Now, moving on to our next match, we had Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, part number 2. Now, this match was great. I loved it. Brock Lesnar, like I said, was going to dominate Obafemi. He hit Obafemi with 7 F5s. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, but 7 F5s. 1 through the announce table. Obafemi was passing his necklace to the referees on the bottom ground or the officiators on the bottom ground. Brock Lesnar went straight to work. F5 number 1, 2, 3, and 4. He hit a 5th one and a 6th one and a 7th one. Obafemi barely got offense in this match. So now we are tied 1-1 in the series for the Brock and Oba matchup. Now, here we are. We are heading towards SummerSlam. We are heading towards Night of Champions. We are heading towards King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring. In my humble opinion, this match ends at SummerSlam. This feud ends at SummerSlam. But I specifically said in my prediction video that we need a stipulation for this match to end with a exciting conclusion. So, yeah. Brock and Oba 3 will be held at SummerSlam, and Obafemi will officially retire the beast, Brock Lesnar. Now, moving on to the next match, the second to last match on the card, we had Sol Ruka versus Becky Lynch for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. This match was amazing. This match showcased Sol Ruka in a way that she's very gifted. She's very talented, obviously. We know that. She is very good in ring. And Becky Lynch was also good in ring and putting people over. So those two did their job. The Jessica Carr storyline continues. I don't know if that's ever going to end. I think that's just a referee storyline in general with Becky Lynch, but I think we'll have to see. Um, I hope Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch can fight for the title. Not for the title. I hope Jessica Carr and Becky Lynch can fight in general at SummerSlam or wherever the case may be, because this feud has been going on for too long and it needs a huge payoff. So why not? Let's add Jessica Carr to a match against Becky Lynch so they can blow off their feud finally. But yeah, Sol Ruka versus Becky Lynch. Again, this match was good. Had a lot of great spots. Had a lot of good ending. Had a great ending. Sol Ruka is your new Intercontinental Champion. I went 4 for 5 for my predictions. And now we're here. What's next for Sol Ruka? Well, on Monday Night Raw last night, Sol Ruka did say that she would accept the challenge from Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship down the line in the near future. Now, when can that be? That could possibly be next week on SmackDown, or the week after that, or at Night of Champions. That would be interesting too. But yeah, Sol Ruka, great Intercontinental Champion so far. She said she's going to be a fighting champion, a winning champion, and she will snatch everyone's soul. So, for the prediction for the future for Sol Ruka, I predict that she will be a good Intercontinental Champion, a fighting champion, a good 5-star classic match opponent to face off with. Anybody on the main roster, she can go. They just have to keep up because Sol Ruka is pretty fast in ring. So, with that being said, I think Sol Ruka has a bright future in the ring with this Intercontinental Championship. Now, for the last match on the card, ladies and gentlemen, my tribal chief, my OTC, my GOAT, Roman Reigns, fought Jacob Fatu in tribal combat. Roman Reigns is officially now 3-0 in tribal combat. Jacob Fatu lost, and he was forced to acknowledge the tribal chief on Raw last night. And now Jacob Fatu joins Jimmy and Jay with Roman in the Bloodline storyline. Now, what's next for Roman Reigns? Well, we already know that he wants the MFTs. He wants Royce Keys, LA Knight, anybody that's been talking trash to him. Now, here's my prediction. Roman Reigns will fight Seth Rollins at SummerSlam in the main event of Night 2. Here's why. Obafemi and Brock Lesnar are currently 1-1. All right? The King and the Queen of the Ring brackets just got updated. So now Obafemi is in line for a belt. Braun Breaker is also in line for a belt. Seth Rollins needs a rematch for his belt that he never lost. So, we are reaching the semifinals of the King and the Queen of the Ring tournament. So, here's my prediction. Seth Rollins will advance to the next round of the semifinals, and he will face probably either LA Knight or Jey Uso. He's going to beat that person in the semifinals, go on to the finals, and face either Obafemi or Braun Breaker. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, here we are. I think that was all that I had for this. I said podcast. What the fuck? Not podcast. But this is all I had for you all today. Thank you all for stopping by. I appreciate y'all supporting the boy on this journey through with wrestling and all that good content jazz. Remember to leave a like, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you all in the next one. Later. Bye.
Showtime Shoots, signing off.